Alright, today we're reviewing the Sten Mark II made by Millenia. It can be found in Doc Mitchell's house like every other Millenia mod, and it can be found on his bookcase next to his bed to the left hand side. It's one attachment, a Sten Mark II silencer, and it uses 9mm ammo, so let's take this bad boy and have a look at it outside, shall we? Right, so let me just equip it. Then we'll go outside. Daytime, glorious! Right, so immediately when you take the gun out, the textures are very, very high res. You can see the sun reflecting off it and it looks beautiful. Everything, blah 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 blah. The iron sights are absolutely glorious. Custom fire sounds. Reload animation's a bit off since the model does not fit perfectly into that animation. That's a big problem, although it's kind of hard to. You're not going to make his own. He's not going to make his own animations. That's asking too much, basically. Who would have the time to do that? So immediately, as I said, the textures are glorious, particularly this bit here and this bit here. Although it looks low res when you first glance at it, when you look closer, you can kind of see the scratches and the nuts and bolts all kind of blending in amongst the metal. It's glorious, basically. The barrel looks also really good, and the trigger, the player's finger clips through the trigger basically, or the bit kind of in front of the trigger. It's a bit of a problem, but that's the model, not the texture. So yeah, the model's decent, although yeah, as I said, it doesn't fit with animations or anything like that, and the holding animation's a bit weird. It's a weird in first person as well, because you can kind of see it clipping through as well. That's a little bit annoying, but yeah, other than that, it's perfect. Textures a 10 out of 10, I'd say. Or a 9 out of 10. The model looks like a Sten basically. Glorious, although a few clipping problems here and there. Those are the only issues with the gun. Oh, there's Millenia right there. But anyway, yeah. So that was Sten. So let's have a look at the stats. 19 damage, a pop. 166 DPS. Weighs 7 pounds, a value of 490. Strength requirement of 4. So immediately I'm going to say the value should be upped a bit, considering the damage is quite high. Probably about 1,200, that would be my estimate. Strength requirement of 4 is required as well. As I said, value of at least 1,000 just to balance it out. If it's in vendors and raiders and stuff, just give it a little bit of a higher value. Although if it's in like low level raiders, it could be break the game basically on you and basically farm cash. But that's a different problem for another day. The logo is still the VSS Ventores because that guy, I can't remember his name, sorry if I sound disrespectful, he hasn't had the time to make custom logos. I don't know the guy's name, I apologise. So now we're going to have a look at the gun with the silencer on it, and it just does basically what a silencer does basically, so no issue there. And immediately, the silencer looks glorious on it as well. It looks very, very old school basically. See this like, I think it's leather around it. It looks like leather. That looks absolutely tremendous. Look at the threads tying it together. It's just absolutely amazing. Absolutely glorious stuff. So let's see if there's a custom final sound with a silencer on. Indeed there is. Basically every other silencer sound for a Millenia mod. So yeah. As I said, model excellent. Texture excellent. Balance seems okay at first glance. And level dust, basically a perfect Millenia weapon. Not his best work, but it's still good. So yeah, let's try this in Fiends, shall we? That seems the best solution to test its balance. Fiends or Caesar's Legion? That's a question every day. I'm surprised you guys don't get tired of that and you aren't asking for new enemies, but it's as if no one's asking. I'm not that bored. Personally, when I watch it back, although it might just be because I'm watching it, I don't really get bored of shooting Fiends or shooting Legionaries. But if these are, I will change it. That's up to you guys, however. So I'll catch you when I'm at the vault, since this loading screen's tremendously long. Alright, so here we are. Oh god. Right, so it's also a shot, takes 2 bursts of that, so that's 6 bullets in total. Headshots 1 burst, so at least 3. So yeah, it's pretty balanced, kills very slowly, so very low level gun, like in line with say the 10mm submachine gun. Probably around that level you'd use it. So second thoughts, I'd probably say put the price to like 800 maybe, not 400. 400's a bit cheap. Yeah, about 400 because it's like 1,200 for a 10mm submachine gun. As far as I remember, anyway, I haven't actually properly played New Vegas in a while, so the economy's kind of strange now compared to Fallout 1 and 2, where everything's worth a lot more. So yeah, really balanced gun. I'm really surprised. Millenia seems to be getting better at balancing his guns, whoever's working with his stats. Basically, that team are getting a lot better at balancing their guns within the confines of the game. Nothing overpowered about them. As I said, right, so let's sum it up. Model, probably a 7 out of 10. Texture, 10 out of 10. Balance, 10 out of 10. So overall, this is the first time I've actually gave a proper rating. I don't expect to see it often, but I'll give it a 9 out of 10. There we go. So this has been the Sten Mark II by Millenia. Top notch gun. What do you expect from the group? So this has been Grey Fox. I'll catch you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this mod review.